in this case? Because I could be wrong. I'm not entirely sure. Nope. Okay. So I'm not wrong. Okay.
Okay, so he has not won a bracket.
Exactly. Okay. That's a very interesting info. So
Yeah, I remember him getting second at, I think, was it Powder Toast Tuesdays? It was some bracket that I was also in, that Hawk was also in. I don't really remember. There you go. You got the back air cancels already coming out. This is what I'm talking about. It's been like 5 seconds. He's at 94.
Jesus.
This is what I'm talking about Danny being able to do to Plankton. He can just run him over if the Plankton does not know how to negate Danny's approaches. That forward throw, already almost doing it. Not seeing it down strong on the way back down. The teleport cancel to just grab the ledge. Super duper unnecessary to just try to bait him. He probably could have just grabbed it, but I guess he thought if he had gotten closer, it actually would have just, like, you know, not baited him properly, and that Plankton would have been able to react to it and just either recover high or just make his way around it for sure. But ZingZangZoom already out here with the forces of 1,000 suns.
Oh wow.
Barely not killing with the up strong actually, but able to actually do it, and just a clean first stock on the part of ZingZangZoom.
In less than a minute, in less than 10 seconds, we already saw like 90% of damage done to Solar. So that's just impressive. Let's see if you could try to do this on the third stock for Solar, not letting Solar, not even being on stage with that miss input, or that miss whatever. Let's just say that ZingZangZoom permitted SolarFlare to return to stage, and that up strong would not be him. So Solar takes ZingZangZoom out and tries to snipe him, but can't.
It was a really good air dash, and I like the side B slime cancel just to ensure his way into the trade right there. Up we go. Not going to be able to kill Danny from that position. Urkin's blast zones are not the biggest, but among some of the more sizable ones. But nothing is going to survive that command grab on the top platform. That's some like Charizard Meta Knight up throw-ish right there. I come from Smash. Y'all will have to forgive me on that front. But for comparing it to characters that aren't in this game. But you already know the drill. Danny doing real good, especially with those teleport cancels. I like canceling the up right there. Just KT bar or not with. That's something I gotta start doing with Danny. I even cancel those. Also teleport cancels, because there's another thing saying that you're doing already. It's approaching with those to get grab, as well as also the long kill setup, sure. So that's something I always forget with Danny.
Oh,
I blinked. What percent did my man die at?
I believe he died in 70%, because I also blinked. The last time I saw was a 6-8, so now in 70% he died with that. Well, incredible move, and we just have a tied game. SolarFlare in 57. Slowly but surely he could try to put this game on his side. And man, this is only the first game of this losers finals. Oh no, that's actually sad. Oh, right. Let me fix that real quick again, cause I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That could be. Oh. Let me.
It's such a privilege to be like one of the only characters in this game that can just cancel one of your light aerials into your other light area with your light aerials. Like beyond having that privilege, I fact that like this dash attack was one of the only ones, if not the only one, that could just slide off like that. Absolute insanity on the part of this character, really.
Truly. Alright, so 93% for Solar on the last stock, as well as ZingZangZoom. Could ZingZangZoom close this game out using that, and they're trying to take that cancel. Up B cancel. Let's see. 142. Trying for that up strong, which would not be doing any just work. SolarFlare does not want to die. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But now in a very uncomfortable side, gets the command grab, tries to make a bit of a combo. So 55. 166, and in Tunis, this could be over in a bit.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised when he got the grab bag command grab that he didn't like just back throw him off the ledge right there. Perhaps that SolarFlare didn't think he was close enough to it. This is relatively an even game, and as I say that, there's the dash attack sliding off the ledge. That is what I like to call. That is what I like to call privilege. You know, people are already talking about it in the chat right there. Danny taking beautiful advantage of that in ZingZangZoom. Danny is also, you know, beyond the fact that, you know, his back air can be canceled into like any of his other light aerials. His dash attack also is one of the only ones that slides off of the ledge, and he can continue an edge guard off because of it. It's kind of like how, like, in Donkey Kong Country, you know, how, like, you could just, like, slide off a platform usually using, like, the roll and then just jumping after it.
Yeah.
Well, this is like that, except this is like Danny Kong Country instead, right? He could just dash attack right off the ledge and then just continue that edge guard onslaught. He does that against characters that aren't even that big, but, you know, Plankton, being the big character that he is, those edge guards, when a character like Danny, ooh, second to none, as ZingZangZoom is going to do wonderful work securing game number 1 against SolarFlare.
As you said, that's a privilege that Danny has, and he would still take. So ZingZangZoom got to take advantage of that. Now SolarFlare needs to adapt a bit against ZingZangZoom because he just wants to prevent his run to be over. Solar wants to get that Ditto. Hopefully we could see it, and as I said, we could already see history in the making in today's Wumbology number 5. But yeah, Hawk is in grand finals.
Yep. Dude, wonderful work. This is the thing, right? Danny, for a smaller stage on the part of SolarFlare, I kind of do understand it. Danny has some of the greatest mobility in this game. He flies through the air effortlessly and with like a bunch of aerials and moves that not only kill but are super duper positive both on hit and on block. So against, you know, on this stage, I can imagine wanting to give Danny less space to get away from a lot of Plankton shenanigans because, you know, if you give Danny less room to fly around, Plankton will have he'll have a much easier time trapping Danny, catching him in like some of his traps and his setups and whatnot. He'll have a hard time with the residual damage, with the sauce and whatnot. It's just way easier. I mean, Danny's mobility is still second to almost none as that down strong is going to take the stock. But at the very least, maybe he'll be able to kill Danny earlier on a stage like this.
I think that's, yeah.
This actually might do it right there.
All
That's what I'm talking about. Speak of the devil.
No, and
there you go, 73%.
Exactly, the 73%, that's like the good and bad thing that could happen on this stage, because as you were talking about that, like ZingZangZoom lost that stock, killed SolarFlare quite early as well, because of the sides of Rooftop Rumble, so it's like a 50-50 for both characters, but this time Solar could try to take advantage on this one. Let's see if he could try to take ZingZangZoom stock a bit quicker, but leaving SolarFlare at 81%, gets the jab, but SolarFlare returns the favor with the slime. The fair would not be close on hitting, but ZingZangZoom outside trying to punish SolarFlare and still wins that trade.
Forces him to go low again too, just with the down tilt. Danny is just, he has such a commanding presence by the ledge. I mean, it used to be something completely different. Like, I mean, I'm sure like we all remember pre-patch Danny, you know, when he could just like go to the ledge, he'd be like, hey, you guys want to see how hard I can cry? And then he'll just like starts doing that, except it lingered forever. Now Danny at least has to time it a little bit, but it doesn't stop him from being insanely oppressive with that ledge trapping with just one move alone for the most part. There you go, forced to go high, slime cancel, tries to get it to stop jumping, but unfortunately not going to do it. It's not going to true combo into anything at that percent. Really, really good situational awareness and percentage awareness on the part of ZingZangZoom to just hold back, knowing that he was the one positive at the end of the day in that scenario.
All right, 34% for Solar. That trade was sent still outside. ZingZangZoom taking advantage of that situation. Wants to punish. Almost goes though all the way down on getting that kill. But 88%, 100 now for Solar. Returning to the stage. And ZingZangZoom lets a bit of fresh air to SolarFlare to return. That net will be hitting. And the grab, the command grab, or the grappling hook, or however you want to call it, will take ZingZangZoom.
I see him going for it right there, trying to get that chain grab into the command grab. And actually, just all that wound up happening for SolarFlare there was it just gave up stage positioning, and that is not something that you want to do against Danny Phantom. I feel like in this matchup specifically, stage positioning and like just stage control, I should say, rather than just that and stage positioning. It's most of what Plankton has in this matchup. Danny, like I said, I'm going to keep it a stack with you. He does not play the game. He just flies through the air, he does his aerials, they're all positive, you kind of just have to deal with it. His mobility is insane, not just for that reason, but he also has the teleport cancels on the ground and whatnot, as well as just the easy bake oven ledge trapping. So all of that against a big body character like Plankton, how are you going to deal with that if you're... How else are you going to deal with that besides just stopping this character from getting in the first place? That's the entire reason we're even on a small stage, but if you can't do that, man, Danny can just wind up running you over. But as I say that, we might be taking advantage of the light weight of him barely living. That giant laser right there. Oh, missing it because of the air dodge. Beautiful clutch moment on the part of ZingZang, and slime canceling the air dash to turn that situation around on the way back in. Oh my god, if ZingZang clutches this after that reversal scenario, this is going to be godlike. SolarFlare out here with the grab.
All right.
Wow.
All right. So we still got game 1-1. Uh, that was actually pretty clutch for Zigzag Zoom on that air dodge try. But hey, at least SolarFlare could close the game out right there. So let's go to that third game. Hopefully we could try to see Rooftop Rumble again because it did not go bad for neither of them too. So I don't know. I think they feel comfortable right there on Rooftop Rumble.
Slime air dashing is the future.
Yeah,
It can turn around situations like that out of nowhere, man. Wow. That was a really hype way. I mean, SolarFlare able to just keep his composure and just keep clutch in the face of adversary, but like ZingZangZoom, after like being down that much, somehow almost was able to bring that back off of that one interaction. And if there's any character in this game that can do that, it's definitely one with the crazy mobility and damage output that Danny has. Against a big character like him too, just ugh. I don't know, man. This is looking like it might be a set. I can only imagine where they're gonna go for game number 3.
all right. I think at a smaller stage, again, like Rooftop Rumble was not a bad stage to go on for both of them. So possibly we could see it again. But if I was seeing Zang Zoom, I would try it, you know, Jellyfish Fields. I would like the idea to go to Jellyfish Fields. It gives like more area to play on for Zing Zang.
Jellyfish Fields will be an interesting one. I would imagine that Danny, you know, again, I have to say this because, like, I feel like in a lot of matchups,
No, go ahead.
characters with like lesser mobility,
Yeah.
I feel like taking Plankton to a bigger stage is a no-go because he can control space really well with a lot of his projectiles, with the sauce, with his traps, with the fact, and on top of that, you know, going to those big stages, Plankton is one of the absolute heaviest characters in this entire game. He's gonna live forever if he gets taken to a big stage like that. Danny, on the other hand, it depends on how the Danny likes to play. If he's more reserved or if he's the kind that just likes to jump around and be mobile. Because even on bigger stages, I feel like those are still Plankton favored, if I mean that. But it's not like they're too bad for Danny. Like, I feel like so many characters, you know, can get, like, really negated or, like, destroyed by projectile characters on, say, a flat stage like Pariah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But Danny is like the exception that proves the rule because he doesn't need platforms to do his combos. He doesn't need platforms for his mobility, and he doesn't need platforms necessarily for his kill setups. They can help sometimes, but he doesn't need that for any of them. Look at that. He literally just almost true comboed his forward strong aerial into his up strong aerial. What other character can do that like that with no slime?
Danny Phantom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Danny Phantom having a lot of privilege right there. Ooh, that up strong.
Character's so good.
Yeah, I mean, so broken, man. Hopefully,
Dead?
I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so he's dead right there. Yeah, if he were to survive that would have been crazy. But in 182, that's pretty much it. But nice start from ZingZangZoom. He wants to put this game on his favor, so the kick would not be hitting ZingZangZoom. ZingZangZoom running all over from it. And I wanted to add something to what you said, because you know, a smaller stage for a big guy like Plankton is great, right? But ZingZangZoom, or in this case, Danny Phantom, has control in any stage, smaller or big. Because as you said, he does not need a platform just to go around and doing his combos. Like he's gonna win regardless. So I don't think Danny has like a bad stage, or does he?
He really doesn't. He's got some stages that are worse than others, and it's for that reason specifically that Jellyfish isn't always the best for Danny. But that's just like a gimmick thing. You know, if you don't space his uppy properly at the ledge, you know, you can slide across the ledge. If you don't space it properly, it's a little harder to do that on some stage ledges compared to the others. And some Dannys might not want to go to certain stages for that reason. I know I don't when I play Danny for sure, but it's really not even the main reason. Like I said, even on stages like Pariahs against like heavier and heavy set projectile characters like Plankton, those characters normally destroy characters who don't know how to deal with projectiles otherwise, but Danny, because of the way he moves through the air, because of how, you know, light as a feather he is, because of how insane his mobility is, even on those stages, he's hard to catch and he can still combo the absolute patootie out of you. So to go to a stage like this for game number 3, I can only imagine what SolarFlare probably banned. Perhaps he decided to get rid of some smaller stages because he doesn't want to get overwhelmed by Danny himself, and that his plan of being, you know, the overwhelming game player himself might have not worked on Rooftop, considering the fact that, you know,
Yeah.
Maybe he just wasn't comfortable on it. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to. I wish I knew the stage bans. It would really help with my point a lot more. But you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, I get you. And you know, I'm gonna help you with that. I'm gonna tell you the stages they banned.
Please do, because I need it.
Oh wait, I cannot go. Oh damn, no, I cannot go to the other side. I mean, I wish I could see the bans they did, but yeah, I kind of understand your point.
I imagine he probably banned the bigger stages, right? Like
yeah.
Maybe getting rid of Miracle.
Miracle Tremor
because like Danny is just really good on that stage. Oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
That move is insane. Like the enhanced sauce.
the perfect snipe, and that's a big spice, by the way. Like that hits you, you're actually pretty much done. But
yeah, Danny's pretty slim, and he has a side B that lets him go through projectiles. But when it's true comboed, it doesn't necessarily matter.
But all right, seeing SolarFlare in 105%. Cannot. Let's see if you can try to bring this game back. ZingZangZoom with the up strong. Okay, I thought that was gonna be pretty much the game for 134, but we see that Plankton is still quite heavy. So SolarFlare does have a chance to close this game out. I don't want to make it a curse.
Oh, this game's even.
Oh yeah, it is.
This is even.
It is.
This is dead even. Don't let the percents fool you. This is dead even. Plankton. Oh, actually, the second hit. Trying to cancel as quick as he can to make it back down, and unfortunately, that's not going to work out for SolarFlare. Now we have a Danny ledge trap. Space is it right should do it. Yeah, he got a little scared. He got hit by that down tilt. The big character that Plankton is, that was absolutely going to true combo into a Ghostly Whale, and it would have killed him off the top at that percent for sure. So he got a little spooked. Probably thought, like, I'm going to die regardless here. I have no choice but to just try to micro space this and just try to, like, edge back just enough to the point where I can get back in. But like I mentioned like 5,000 times in this, this set already, when you're a big body like that, like Plankton, it's a little hard to do that compared to some other characters. That was kind of like a damned if I do you, damned if I don't scenario, Snacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty sad because that's not a way you want to end a game. But, I mean, it's part of it. So let's see if SolarFlare could, tie this game up, or ZingZangZoom is just going to continue on a roll. Because in this game, he looked very comfortable. He didn't feel like odd or just out of place. And I think we gotta try being SolarFlare in this position. Try to find a stage. Like, again, I think Rooftop Rumble was a pretty good stage for him. But, sadly, he did not get that win, right? But we need a stage where Plankton could be a bit more comfortable. He does not need to be moving around that much. And try to get, like, a kill more quick, right? So, Rooftop Rumble, I think it's the way to go. I don't know if, what's the other one? Technodrome could be a good one, but I think it goes to Danny's favor.
Yeah, maybe Tremerton?
Maybe.
That's a really super duper small stage that he might not want to go to. It's looking like instead we are going to Urkin Armada. This is, it's just a balanced stage for all. It's just a battlefield layout. You know how it is. I think, game number 1, SolarFlare just wasn't necessarily completely ready for the Danny yet, or one as overwhelming as ZingZangZoom could be. Now, after all this data downloaded, maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable on a stage like this. The platforms, like I mentioned 5 times, they don't really matter for, Danny's combos. He can combo you the same way with or without them. Yeah, he can combo you a little better with them, but the thing is with these platforms, they can kind of create some no-fly zones.
Yeah.
If you would. They can make your landings a little bit more predictable. And if there's any character that wants your landings to be predictable, it's Plankton, because his anti-airs are pretty insane. The character literally screams stop jumping when he does them. So you know that's how his design is kind of like centered around. You feel me?
Yeah, no, and I kind of agree with you there, but I do think this stage goes on ZingZangZoom a bit, because that third platform, when he wants to secure like that stock, he'll find it with that third platform. So you really got to watch out on not being on the air so much for SolarFlare in this case. But at the moment, ZingZangZoom in 97%, looking comfortable, getting grabbed again. Oh my god, sending it to the left. Stop jumping and getting grabbed with that tombstone on 97%.
The no mix-up, I like it. He recognized, normally a lot of players will get discouraged after, like, utilizing a command grab like that and the character immediately bursting out of it. But the good Nasby player will realize, oh, he just used his burst. I can do it again. And, that's one of the reasons that I love this game so much, the way it implemented meter and, like, meter management. Because meter management is a part of Nasby, too, whether you like it or not. And it's implemented it better than damn near any platform fighter I've ever seen so far. So That scenario that we saw right there from SolarFlare taking that stock is a textbook example of that.
Oh, wow, that down to got him, so he did combo a bit, not killing. Still in
Don't
100.
get me started on Danny's down tilt, man.
Bro, that was
That move is
incredible.
insane, and it used to be even better. It used to be even better too. They nerfed it in the last patch.
Oh, wow. I don't know if nerf is the word they want to use, because I think that's still stupid broken. That stuff not even getting the ledge. Jesus Christ.
It's still one of his absolute best moves. It spaces, depending on how you space it, which is, it's pretty easy to do with that move. I'm not going to lie. It's super duper safe on block in a lot of scenarios, even against big characters like Plankton, or especially against big characters like Plankton, I should say. I love that, wow, that was actually so much there, it was really hard for me to tell it. That was a back air canceled, air dash, slime canceled grab. That's the best way I could describe that. He just canceled 2 things in a row to be able to get that grab. ZingZang is gaming out here.
Ooh, ZingZang using that shield cancel to stay on that third stock at 125. Let's see if SolarFlare could take the stock out of nowhere, but I don't know. ZingZangZoom controlling the stage, getting that grabs doing the back air, has SolarFlare in a very, very uncomfortable situation. And the punish still getting the ledge in 164.
And he couldn't go high there off the level because of the plasma ball. Forced to go low where Danny can just safely just down air strong you, I should say. Finally gonna eat that stock with the up strong off the top of the platform, but he's down a whole stock snacks. Is it too little too late for the hometown hero?
Yeah, it looks very difficult for SolarFlare. Even against Danny, like, I feel when you're, like, literally just a percentage off, you feel so in disadvantage. So hopefully SolarFlare could do a miracle against ZingZangZoom, but in 87%, at least getting that upper and hitting a bit. Oh, wait. So I think we could see an even match right now. Still ZingZangZoom on the run. Alright, let's see. The jabs for 113. SolarFlare in the last stock getting those jabs, gets a slime, gets a grab, dash attack, cannot use the up strong. And that up strong from then still not hitting on 136. At least gets the punch on that side B, and the titter for that up strong, sending him to the left side.
I try to bait with the ghostly whale up towards center, not gonna jump right there. Forced to go up, almost killing with the weak up tilt, or the light up tilt, I should say. Should be a down tilt. Actually, no, not even like trying to bait it out instead and then just canceling the back air instead. I actually like that, trying to just be in the position where he normally go for a down tilt. Deliberately not going for it, so the next time he does, he gets it into the ghostly whale. That's sick. Alright, I like it. I like that a lot. You know, that was really good conditioning on the part of ZingZangZoom.